Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Kunjana Vallabha Givaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Kunjana Vallabha Givaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Kunjana Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Bhasyatya Desatarane Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gauravardhavita Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Everyone is pretty tired by now. We are on the home stretch. 1 more hour to Prashad. 1 more hour to breaking fast. So, so today is a very extremely auspicious day, especially for Vaishnavas. Janmashtami, for ISKCON, Janmashtami is the biggest event. Krishna is very dear to our hearts, and our whole meditation is always to think about Krishna, how to serve Krishna's devotees. And then finally when Janmashtami arrives, it manifests in the full display. We have Abhishek, we have Chappan Bhog, and we have a huge feast. And it's such a celebration, like the program started from morning. Actually for us, in fact it started from like 5 o'clock in the morning. Starting with the deity dressing, and chanting, and getting ready. And the program went throughout the whole day. We were reading Krishna book throughout the whole day. So the whole day we were engaged in service. And so to say, that is the perfection of life. Perfection of life is to be fully absorbed in Krishna's service. That is the perfection. So, for the Janmashtami, which is basically the birth of Lord Sri Krishna, I will read directly from the Krishna book a few paras. I'll read directly from the Krishna book a few paras, and then we will talk a little bit on it. So, how many of you have the Krishna book? Okay, those who don't have, on the occasion of Janmashtami, get the Krishna book. Yeah, those who don't have. And if whoever wants copy, they can ask me or Mataji. We'll give one copy. So, Krishna book, written by Srila Prabhupada, is the 10th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is talking about all the pastimes of Lord Krishna since his birth till his departure. It's there in this book. So this is the hard copy of the book. And those who have kids, actually this is a great book. This makes for a very good bedtime story. So you don't have to read any random story, you can read Krishna's story to your kid when you're putting them to sleep. So it's an amazing book. So I'm going to read from the 3rd chapter of this Krishna book. And the title of the 3rd chapter is The Birth of Lord Krishna. And I'm going to read 3 paras and then we can talk a little bit about it. So, it's written here, the astrological influence of the star known as Rohini was predominant. This star is considered to be very auspicious and is under the direct supervision of Brahma. According to astrological conclusions, besides the proper situation of the stars, there are auspicious and inauspicious moments due to different situations of the different planetary systems. At the time of Krishna's birth, the planetary systems were automatically adjusted so that everything becomes auspicious. And that's not the case when we take birth. In our kundli will have some issue, this Shani ka dosh, Brihaspati ka dosh. At that time, in all directions, east, west, south, north, everywhere, there was an atmosphere of peace and prosperity. There were auspicious stars visible in the sky and on the surface of the earth. In all towns and villages, and pasturing grounds, and within the minds of everyone, there were signs of good fortune. The rivers were flowing full of waters, and the lakes were beautifully decorated with lotus flowers. The forests were full with beautiful birds and peacocks. So as I'm reading, try to visualize the situation 5,000 years ago. All the birds within the forest began to sing with sweet voices, and the peacocks began to dance along with their consorts. The wind blew very pleasantly, carrying the aroma of different flowers, and the sensation of bodily touch was very pleasing. At home, the Brahmanas, who were accustomed to offering sacrifices in the fire, found their homes very pleasant for offerings. Due to disturbances created by demoniac kings, right now we have a lot of demoniac kings, the sacrificial fire had been almost stopped in the houses of Brahmanas, but now they could find the opportunity to start the fire peacefully. Being forbidden to offer sacrifices, the Brahmanas had been very much distressed in mind, intelligence, and activities. But just on the point of Krishna's appearance, automatically their minds became full of joy because they could hear transcendental vibrations in the sky proclaiming the appearance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The denizens of the Gandharvas and Kinnara planets began to sing, and the denizens of Siddhalok and the planets of the Charanas began to offer prayers in the service of the Personality of Godhead. In the heavenly planets, the angels and their wives, along with the Vidyadharas and their wives, began to dance. The great sages and demigods, being pleased, began to shower flowers. At the seashore there was the sound of mild waves, and above the sea there were clouds in the sky, which began to thunder very pleasingly. So, this is a description of how the situation of the earth was just before Krishna was appearing. So, earth is actually, there is a deity, it's Bhumi Devi. We say Mother Earth. The English word Mother Earth comes from Bhumi Devi. Like we have 7 mothers, out of that, one of the mother is Mother Earth. So Bhumi Devi is actually a person. Bhumi Devi, she is a goddess of this planet. So what we are seeing is when Krishna is appearing on this planet, Bhumi Devi is very happy. And because Bhumi Devi is very happy, the rivers are flowing nicely, the cows are giving very nice milk. Then it is said that the mountains, they start to produce all those expensive jewels like sapphire, emerald, and the oceans get filled with pearls. Because these are all the ornaments of Bhumi Devi. So when Krishna appears, Bhumi Devi gets so happy that all these good things starts to manifest. It is because of the power of Krishna. Because Krishna is most auspicious, so whatever comes in connection with Krishna becomes very auspicious. And that is basically the description I read just now. So that happens with Bhumi Devi. Similarly, if Krishna appears in our heart, we also become auspicious. So for Bhumi Devi, the auspiciousness is seen in terms of jewels. It's seen in terms of pearls. It's seen in terms of good rains. It's seen in terms of the rivers. It's seen in terms of the good seasons. That's how we see the auspiciousness in Bhumi Devi. And that happens when Krishna appears or Krishna's names are taken. But when Krishna appears in our heart, how is that auspiciousness appearing? So when Krishna appears in the temple of our heart, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 16, verses 1 to 3, that Abhayam Sattva Samsuddhi. So Krishna is mentioning all the divine qualities a person can possess. First quality is Abhayam. Person becomes fearless. The greatest fear is the fear of death. But a person transcends that fear of death. Sattva Samsuddhi. He becomes very pure in his habits. Jnana Yoga Vyavasthita. He becomes full of knowledge. And yoga means how to apply that knowledge. there is a difference between theoretical knowledge and practical knowledge. So Gyan is theoretical knowledge, but we also get yoga, practical knowledge. Danam damascha yagyascha. Danam, we become charitable. Damas, all the senses come under our control. Cha yagyascha, we feel to do yagyas, sacrifices. Swadhyaya tapa arjava. Swadhyaya means self-study. Nowadays with the increasing technology, we have lost the capacity to study. Swadhyaya is the capacity to study. Tapa means austerity. And arjava, religiosity or simplicity. Arjava means simplicity. Ahimsa, satya, akrodhas. We become non-violent. In this modern world, there is such a big need of non-violence. If we look at the news and the amount of deaths that are happening because of current ongoing wars, there is a big need of ahimsa. Ahimsa, satya, akrodhas. Satya means truthfulness. And akrodhas. Akrodhas means Satyam Akrodha, freedom from anger. Tyaga Shanti Apisunam. Tyaga, like we become more detached, we are willing to detach because, Lord Buddha even says the cause of suffering is because of the attachment, because of the desires. So when we become more and more detached, the biggest benefit we find is we are steady in both happiness and distress. Which is, nowadays nobody is steady in mind, everyone is not peaceful. And what is the question of happiness if there is no peace? So Tyaga Shanti, and then the next word Shanti, peace. As I was saying. Apisunam. Apisunam is aversion to fault finding. Whenever we get together, the first thing we start gossiping. This lady is like this, my friend did this, my boss is like this, they have these shortcomings. So, instead of coming together and talking about positive things, we get attracted to talking about negative things. But Apisunam is aversion to fault finding. Daya bhuteshu alaloktam. Daya means mercy. Again, we need so much mercy. Because nowadays there is no mercy. That's why there is the wars. Daya bhuteshu alaloktam. Daya bhuteshu is actually mercy to all living entities, not just human beings, but even to the trees, even to the birds. Because all are Krishna's creation. So we should show mercy to all of them. And alaloktam is freedom from greed. Now, there is a famous saying that there is enough for everybody's need, but not enough for everybody's greed. Mardavam Hariya Chapalam. Mardava means gentleness in our behavior. And Hari is modesty, Achapalam, determination. Then Teja Shama Dhriti Socham. For a Kshatriya, these are very important qualities. Tej, to have vigor. Shama, to be forgiving. Like a leader should be both Tejas and Shama. Dhriti Socham. Dhriti means having determination. And Socham means at the same time having cleanliness, purity of heart. Adroha Nati Manitaha. Adroha is freedom from envy, and Nati Manitaha. Lot of world's problems are caused due to ego clashes. Countries have ego clashes with each other. Family members have ego clashes with each other. Siblings have ego clashes with each other. Parent and child have ego clashes. If you boil down most of the conflicts in the world, it comes down to ego clash. And then because of the ego clash, we are unforgiving, we don't have mercy. So Nati Manitaha is freedom from those false ego. Bhavanti Sampadam Devim Abhijatasya Bharata. So Krishna is saying these are all the divine qualities we should try to possess. So just as I was telling the example of Bhumi Devi, when Krishna came, Bhumi Devi was having all the opulences, all the auspiciousness. Similarly, when Krishna appears in the temple of our hearts, these qualities automatically manifest. Now there's one famous song, Mama Mana Mandire Rahoni Shidi Krishna Murari Sri Krishna Murari. Because once Krishna appears in the temple of our heart, now Janmashtami, Krishna appeared on Bhumi Day. But we can have Janmashtami every day if Krishna can appear in the temple of our heart. So if Krishna can appear in the temple of our heart, then we can get these good qualities. This will automatically manifest. These will be the auspicious qualities. And when these auspicious qualities are there, then automatically these qualities attract wealth, they attract prosperity, they attract good health. All this comes if we have these good qualities. So then the big question is, how do we get Krishna in the temple of our heart? So, in the Kali Yuga, we have 4 yugas: Satya Yuga, Treta, Dwapar, Kali. And Kali Yuga is the age of quarrel and hypocrisy. And I don't have to tell you how much quarrel and hypocrisy is there. You just have to open the news to see what is going on around the world. So in the age of Kali, the way to invite Krishna to the temple of our heart has been made very, very simple. And the process is chanting of the holy names of Krishna. So, according to various Puranas, there is the Kali Santran Upanishad, which talks that the recommended mantra for this age is the Hare Krishna mantra. The Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So just by chanting these mantras, in the previous yugas you have to put more effort. You have to either do tapasya, or either you have to do huge puja archana, or you have to do big yagyas. But in the Kali Yuga, because we are so limited on resources, we're so limited on time, we're so limited on intelligence, that the process has been simplified that if we just chant the Hare Krishna mantra, then we attain perfection. We invite Krishna to the temple of our hearts. However, there is one catch. The chanting has to be pure. And pure chanting, to get to that stage, takes some time. It won't happen overnight. So that's why we try to chant every day. That's why we have malas, where we keep track of how many rounds we are chanting. So, over gradual chanting over the years, we slowly purify our heart and Krishna can finally manifest. And one more thing that we have to do, along with chanting, is we have to do devotional service. Because when we do chanting, because of our lot of desires in our heart, a lot of which often are very, very sinful desires, our progress is stalled. We have limited progress. So if we can come to the temple, and if we can do service, like making garlands, cleaning the temple, bringing flowers for Krishna, or bringing some rice or some bhoga for Krishna, cooking for Krishna, singing for Krishna. So there are many, many services that we can do. So along with chanting, if we do those services, we make rapid advancement. And the advancement can be so rapid that within this lifetime, we might be able to go back home, back to Bhajan. And the Brahma Samhita gives description of what the place where Krishna resides is like, where all the buildings are made out of Chintamani stones, and all the trees are wish-fulfilling trees. So that means you can go to the tree and ask for anything, and the tree will give you. Kalpa Vriksha. And the houses are made of Chintamani stones. And the place where Krishna is, the spiritual world, is a very, very beautiful place. But there is no envy, there is no fighting, there is no wars that we are used to. And there is no time. Everything in this world is destroyed because of the influence of time. This phone I have in a few years will be destroyed because of the influence of time. This building we are in will be destroyed because of the influence of time. The body that I have will be destroyed. But in the spiritual world there is no time. So nothing is destroyed. And all of our relationships stay there forever. We don't lose our loved ones in the spiritual world. So that should be our aspiration. And thus, we should try to invite Krishna into the temple of our hearts. Hare Krishna. If anyone has any questions, otherwise we'll get to the next part of the program. Reflections. Yeah. If no questions, then at least I want to hear one or two reflections. What you took away from what you heard.
Thank you for a very nice, short but very nice, sweet lecture about the birth of the Lord. Very appropriate in Janmashtami. And also to go to Bhagavad Gita chapter 16, texts 1, 2, and 3 to describe the qualities that the person is supposed to have. I am fearlessness, the first one to start talking about. It comes from chanting the holy name of the Lord sincerely, which you mentioned also. Then you get guided. You get guided from within, and that's how the fear goes away. You get guided from within. It does not mean that problems or dangers are present. It's still around, but you get protected from it just because you're thinking about the Lord and chanting. Holy very, very important to try to chant steadily. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that even if you're struggling with the chanting, chant anyway. It should not be a reason or excuse to stop chanting because the quality of our chanting is not good. No. You stop, you can't get Krishna coming to you then. As he said, the temple of our hearts. So keep chanting anyway because it's practice. I'll give a mundane example. Then I'll tell you that it's mundane. The Olympic athletes that win gold medals, they just started yesterday and the next day they won? Of course not. You've been working for years on it. Do the same thing, like chanting, you work on it, work on it, work on it. It's going to become perfect. Then all of these qualities will come automatically. Hare Krishna.
Anyone else want to share? The next thing. So we do Kirtan? Kirtan.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminati Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharani Nirvishesha Sunyavai Paschathyani Shikhyani Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare